Okay, I wanted to finish this up. Sorry about that, guys. Um, but acidification is a threat to our water quality. If you've heard of acid rain, what happens is naturally occurring in the environment. Of course, we've got carbon dioxide in our atmosphere. Well, when you put water and carbon dioxide together, you get carbonic acid. So if you tested rainwater, rainwater would be, you'd think pH, perfect pH, neutral is 7. Okay, if you test rainwater, you'd think it'd be 7. It's rainwater, but it's not. It's more like 6 because of this carbonic acid. Okay, and that's a natural thing. But unfortunately, because we have been burning a lot of fossil fuels, not so much lately with the COVID, but we burn a lot of fossil fuels. We burn a lot of gas. We burn a lot of coal. We burn a lot of natural gas. And what they do is they put sulfates and nitrates in the air. Well, if you combine water with sulfates, you get sulfuric acid. If you combine nitrates with water, you get nitric acid. Those aren't naturally occurring. So carbonic acid is, and that's just a weak acid. We can handle that. But the other ones, it causes problems. So when you get too extra carbon dioxide and you add these other things in there, then you start getting a rain to be, instead of 6 like natural, down in the 4s and the 3s. Now, if we have acidic rain, you're not going to walk outside and it's not going to burn your skin or anything like that. But think of the things that live outside all the time, all the plants, the lakes, all that. They're getting this infusion of acidic water over and over. So pretty soon the trees die and all the other plants die and the oceans become very acidic and everything in them is going to die. So we have issues with acid rain because of that. And they say about 25% of the CO2 that we generate is absorbed by the oceans. That's going down as well because the oceans are warmer, and because they're warmer, they can't absorb it. Okay, gases are better absorbed. The colder it is, the better, because they absorb the gas, and if it's cold, it slows it down. Remember, we've got these particles moving super, super, super fast. Well, if you can cool them down, they don't move so fast, so then they stay in solution and they don't escape. Okay, so because we have the carbonic acid, which is normal, but then we add these other things, the sulfuric acid and the nitric acid, we're actually making our oceans more acidic. And that's not a good thing. Okay, we're making in from the Mississippi River on, we don't have to worry really about acid rain because we have a lot of lye in our soil, a lot of alkali, and that takes care of that for us. So we're really lucky. If you went and tested the pH of Belcourt Lake, you'll find it is right around 7, a little over 7, which is great because our water takes care of it. But if you live on the East Coast, they don't have that in their soil. They have a lot of problems because of acid rain. Okay. Here you can see the CO2. Here's the carbonic acid I was telling you about. Okay, carbon dioxide, water, and you end up with this. And this is a weak acid, so it's not too bad. Okay, and this is its breakdown. But again, they're showing the planes putting the CO2 in there. We're adding more of this, so we're getting more than we should. Plus, like I said, we also have sulfates and nitrates, and those produce sulfuric acid, nitric acid, and that's a lot worse. Okay. As the seawater acidifies, those hydrogen ions, they produce what they call a bicarbonate. Okay, they combine. Let me see if I can show you. Carbonate is CO3. It's one of those polyatomic ions, and it comes from chalk. Okay, there's a lot of calcium carbonate, limestone in marine organisms. Well, if you start taking away the calcium carbonate because the hydrogen is interfering with that, then what happens is those poor little organisms that produce reefs and all that, they don't have their calcium, so they can't produce it. And it also starts washing them out too. If you look at pictures of the coral in Hawaii, they used to be kind of multicolored, and the fish would blend in with them. Now they're kind of white, and they're having troubles with their fishing industry because those fish can't escape anymore. They can't hide anymore because the coral isn't a natural camouflage for them anymore. Okay, so they have to have they learn about a balance between this chemical balance between ocean, lakes, and rivers. And again, the extra CO2, and I'm sure you've heard of that, global warming, greenhouse gases, all that stuff is interfering with that. So our lakes and our oceans and stuff, we're really messing with the pH of them. Okay, so that's my rant about the environment. Okay, make sure you do your assignments, and we're done with chapter 3, and we'll move on to chapter 4.